Hallo en welkom bij Noobs. Demi hier, of Dr. Bowman, wat jij wil. Alleen, zonder Sjoerd, zonder Freek. Het is redelijk eenzaam hier nu. En ik speel de Stanley Parable. Het is een mindfuck spel. Het is een heel raar spel. Het is echt een heel raar spel. Ik ben een gast die heet Stanley en ik werk ergens en wat ik de hele dag doe als baan is op dat scherm daar komen normaal druk op A te staan en wow. Ik heb het al vaker gespeeld, maar het lag hier nog nooit zo vol met papier. Wow. Maar ja, wat was ik met mijn verhaal? Komen cijfers en letters binnen van
What could it mean? Stanley
druk
decided
op
to go to the meeting room.
B, druk op
Perhaps he
A.
had simply missed
En
the
op
memo.
een dag kwamen er geen cijfers meer en al mijn collega's waren foetsie. Wat de narrator net al zei. Dat is de narrator. Dat is een gast die zegt van Stanley doet nu dit, Stanley doet nu dat. Maar hij kan ook tegen zijn wil ingaan.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
Dat ga ik
he
nu dus
entered
ook
the
doen.
door on his left.
Ik
This
kan
was
tegen zijn
not the
wil
correct way
ingaan
to the
en
meeting
volgens mij
room,
wordt hij
and
dan
Stanley
boos.
knew it
Ligt eraan wat je
perfectly
doet,
well.
want het spel
Perhaps
hangt
he
echt
wanted to
heel erg
stop
af
by the
van
employee lounge
wat jij
first,
kiest
just
om
to
te doen.
admire it. Wow.
Ik ga het niet bewonderen, man.
Yes, this
Echt niet.
room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh, dat is
Look,
de cargo
Stanley, I
lift.
think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot
nou praat hij
here.
wel tegen mij.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm
Het
not
ziet er ook
asking
niet
for me,
erg stevig uit.
I'm asking for her.
Wie is haar?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Dit klinkt dramatisch.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone?
Meen je die?
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley.
What?
You're a real person.
Oh.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
Huh.
Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Wat? Meen je die?
Choice. It's the best part of
Serieus?
being a real person. But if used incorrectly,
Serieus?
can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a
Hoi
choice.
Steven.
He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to
Oh,
a
leuk
partner
liedje.
and practice saying, My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack and crack.
Oh, moet ik dat nu oefenen?
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day.
Man, dat is echt
Do
een
you
pak
make more
onzin.
than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Oh.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Wow. Balstier.
Now that
Hekjes.
we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying.
Oh.
Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Ik snap er bijna niks meer van. Niet helemaal, maar... Ik snap er nog wel iets van. Ik heb het verhaal dus verkloot. Geweldig.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Wat als ik dat niet doe? Volgens mij kan ik maar één kant op.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would.
Okay.
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story
Dat kan
first.
ik.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ja, dit is links. De andere links.
No!
Oh.
Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Wow, hier is het ook wel helemaal verkloot. Prachtig toch? De meeting room. Oh.
It's ruined. I can't believe after everything we talked about that my story, you've destroyed my work.
nou is hij boos op
Why?
mij.
For what? What did you
Sorry.
get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game
Nee.
down. I have to.
Nee,
I have to.
nee. Oh.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. You thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed.
Graag gedaan.
It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? that there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Dat klopt eigenlijk wel, maar...
My story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oké, dan doen we dat. Is het nu wel fatsoenlijk? Het is toch fatsoenlijk? Oh.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Dus...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh mijn god, ik kan niet eens... Huh? Ik kan niet eens... Hij is me te slim af geweest. Even... Ik kon hier eerst naar binnen, dat weet ik... Dit zag er eerst anders uit.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Nee, ik hoef toch niet echt te zeggen of wel.
Stanley spoke the
Serieus?
code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115. Het werkt niet eens.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Ik kan niet praten. Help. Ik kan niet praten.
Okay, fine. You're not gonna do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What a... Oh, kijk, het is Stanley.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door.
What?
Are you listening?
What?
Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. You're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Do something.
Ja, dit is dus...
This is more important than you can ever know.
Geniaal. Dankjewel voor het kijken van deze let's play van de Stanley Parable. Ik heb eigenlijk best wel medelijden met het narrator. Dankjewel voor het kijken en hopelijk zie ik je de volgende keer weer. Doei!